What's up, all you beautiful, gorgeous, sexy people out there? Welcome back to Thank God It's Friday, a casual series in which I talk about anything. I talk about everything. Quite frankly, I'm going to talk about stuff you don't really care about, but I'm going to talk about it anyways because that's how I do. Now, before we get into anything else, as always, this is some BF4 gameplay, some conquest, some mayhem on Operation Metro, and the other gameplay is going to be the game, I think, Lankang Dam. And it's just going to be some Scar Age gameplay, some Assault Class, and I just go off in that game. I go like 41 and 21 is my KD. And of course, I'm going to be playing the objective, capping some flags. So, first off, let me say, guys, I'm a little bit sorry for not being able to post lately. I've been busy with school and homework and all that real life stuff that I completely hate. It has nothing to do with video games. It's terrible. It's horrid. But next week, the semester's over for me. I'll be back posting full blast, ready for things to go, as I can use my Elgato now. So guys, let's get into Thank God It's Friday. Now this week is gonna be about Nintendo 64. The console I personally loved as a kid. I loved the heck out of it because it was my first console. I never had one before. I had never had anything like it before. So it was new to me, it was a new experience, but we're not just going to be talking about the N64. We're going to be talking about the best top 5 games, for me personally, on the 64. The games we all know and love. The games that made our childhoods, if you're in your 20s, maybe if you're in your older teens. The games we all knew and loved as kids. So let me fast forward this, I'll be right back. Oh my god, welcome back, guys. That was a rush. I was burning rubber there, basically. I was like the Flash, making things move. I was just like lightning, basically. So, let's get into Thank God It's Friday! My top 5 Nintendo 64 games. Number 5. You know, everyone loves this character. Everyone knows this character pretty much everywhere around the world. I'm playing peekaboo with this dude pretty much, but everyone loves this character. This game came out in 1999. It's one of the best games I've ever played. My first like open world, maybe RPG type of game, and it is Donkey Kong 64. I absolutely loved this game as a kid. I loved basically unlocking characters, doing all of that stuff. I never actually finished the game, which is, you know, my bad. But basically, Donkey Kong 64, you're Donkey Kong, and all your peeps, all your homies have been captured. All the monkeys that you know, you love, Diddy Kong, they've all been jailed, taken, and you gotta go unlock them. You gotta go release them from their prison. And that's Donkey Kong 64. I love this game. It was one of my favorites of all time. Unfortunately, as I said, I didn't finish it, so you know, that might be, guys, might be. So I don't know if it was actually great. Look at this dude laying back there, not doing nothing. You jerk. So that's number 5. Let's get into number 4. And this, I had to throw in a sports game that I played like it was basically, it was my like crack for a little kid. It was like candy for me. It was NFL Blitz. This game came out in 1997. It wasn't like Madden or anything like that. Basically, you were these guys, you were any NFL team, and if I remember right, you could be on fire, you could throw bombs, Hail Marys, and the ball was on fire. It was basically like NBA Jam, but for football, is what it was. And the announcers would say a bunch of random stuff. It was awesome, it was great. I would always play with the Green Bay Packers. That was my team, even though I wasn't actually a Green Bay fan. I've always been a Bengals fan. Even though Green Bay is pretty decent, but I love this game. It has some of my best memories of just sitting back, kicking it, and just, you know, just rocking it and beating people, pounding people into the dirt. And I think they said like awesome things, like maybe even boom shakalaka, but that was NBA Jam. So I don't know, but they had some awesome commentary. It was one of the best NFL games of all time, and of course they've come out with newer versions since then, but nothing compares to the classics. That nostalgia feeling. Sit down, dude, get out of here. So that's number 4, guys. Number 3 is basically, not a lot of people know this game, and it's one of my favorites because of just what it symbolized. And my parents got it for me for Christmas. They didn't even know what it was about, and you can imagine the like horror they felt when we were telling them. When me and my brother played the game, and we would later go on to tell them, like, you do know what you just bought us, right, guys? So this game came out in 2001, and it's Conker's Bad Fur Day. Basically, your single player, it has single player mode, you have multiplayer mode, and your single player, you're running around as a drunk squirrel, facing ridiculous bosses. You can face giant things of poop. Yeah, that's right, giant things of poop that had corn in its mouth as its teeth. And there's a bunch of things. You just basically were running around as a drunk squirrel. But that's not even the best part. The best part was the multiplayer. The multiplayer, guys, you could be a teddy bear or you could be a squirrel. And basically, the teddy bears were facing off against the squirrels, and the teddy bears were like evil dictators, okay? Imagine like Stalin as a teddy bear. That's what it was. That's what this game was about. That's what this multiplayer was about. So, these teddy bears, these squirrels, they're fighting off against each other. You know, it's third person, and they have guns and stuff and bazookas, and you're basically fighting people. You're fighting these teddy bears and blowing them up, and they make noises and stuff like that. It was ridiculous. It was awesome. And of course, you could be also a caveman and face a T-Rex, and you beat the T-Rex with clubs and stuff. It was just one of my best experiences as a child. And of course, the drunken squirrel was like profane. It was like crazy. My parents didn't even know what they had bought us, and it was awesome. I loved it. Which that profanity actually leads me into my number 2 N64 game of all time. Now, this game actually has a little bit more publicity than Conker's Bad Fur Day. And this came out in 1997, and I could just say, hail to the king, baby. And you all know what it was. If you don't know what it was, I don't know what you were doing with your life back then. So, number 2, for me, it's my own personal list, Duke Nukem. You could fly around in a jetpack, you could just do random stuff. It was profane, it was awesome, and he just had the best one-liners of any game ever. He'd say hail to the king, baby. He'd say a bunch of other stuff. And it was just one-liners that I remember to this day, 10 years later, pretty much, guys. And you'd fly around in a jetpack, you'd shoot people, you'd face off against aliens and try to kill them. That's what Duke Nukem was. And it was amazing. It was stupendous. It was perfect. It was one of the best shooters I've played. And for what was a classic, it's a classic. All these games are classics. And remember, if you have your own top 5, let me know in the comments. Hit me in a message. Do something. Tell me on Twitter. Do something. Let me know what your top 5 N64 games of all time are. There's a bunch of them. I'm thinking Super Smash Brothers. I'm thinking a bunch of other games that we all know and love, but maybe I didn't mention, maybe I forgot to mention, maybe I forgot in general. I mean, if you've never played the game Rampage, that game's awesome. Basically, you're a monster tearing down a city. Who doesn't love that? You're Godzilla tearing crap down. So, guys, that was a little bit of an honorable mention. You know, Super Smash Brothers, Rampage, all those games, they're all great. The 64 era was one of the best classic video gaming in the history of mankind. So that leads me into my number 1 video game of the N64 era, and one of the games that I played constantly. It's a no-brainer. You're gonna play this. You can play this with your parents. You can play this with your grandparents, those old people. You could bring them in, and everyone loved this game. I played it all the time, and that is Mario Kart 64. Everyone played this game. Everyone loved this game. You go into battle mode, you go into multiplayer mode, you just hook up with friends and just battle each other. And that's all you did every weekend, is just fight each other to the death in Mario Kart. Everyone loves Mario Kart. Everyone still loves Mario Kart. I think they're like up to number 9 or something. It has its own dynasty, pretty much, guys. So that's my top 5 N64 games ever, of all time. You know, N64 is basically nostalgia. It brings back memories. It brings back awesome memories of your childhood, of things you did that got you into gaming in general. That's what makes the N64 one of the best consoles of all time. So this gameplay is coming to a close. I'm sitting here, I'm trying to spot this dude out. I'm trying to kill him. I'm trying to take his name. I'm trying to beat somebody. And I take him, I kill him, and then, you know, his friends spawn in. So stay frosty, guys. I love you.